So check out the slide on the page right now. Look at the slide on your page. So it says right here, I want you to redefine what a lead is. Okay. So let's talk about that just for a moment. Many of you are very frustrated. As a matter of fact, some of you, your businesses are down over the same time last year, unnecessarily, by the way, but they are for several reasons that I'm going to try to do a good job of sort of pointing out the obvious to you. But sometimes it's not so obvious when you're really close to something, it's hard to see it. So I want to deal with it straight up. But some of you guys are well aware of the ongoing trend of generating a lead by driving them to a form. Okay, so let's just go and look at this website right here, and I'll just go to a landing page, and I'll use an example of what I'm talking about. So let's say that I drive people to this how to avoid getting stuck with 2 homes or none at all offer. Okay, you guys can see it right there. It's a form. So any Facebook ad, any Google ad, any ad where you're driving a prospect to a form, whether they're expecting a call or not, if it's a form, you increase the likelihood of never being able to talk to the prospect or get them on the phone. Okay. Now, most of the marketing that you guys are familiar with, let's just take a company like Commissions Inc. Okay. So you give your money to Commissions Inc. They run ads on Google and Facebook and drive leads into your CRM that you've got with them. Correct? Okay. So it's a form submittal, and you have this thing that you call a lead. I just want you to reframe what you consider a lead is. Okay. So a lead in my world that I grew up in with Craig, a lead was someone who called us and said, hey, I want to talk to you about something. In other words, they really wanted to speak to us. They were asking for it. They were said, I want to talk to you about selling this house. Hey, so-and-so told me to call you that you could help me sell my home. Hey, what's the price on this particular house over here? Hey, I want to see this house over here. So those kinds of leads, those were what we called leads. And then we had these other prospects that we defined a different way. So if someone filled out a form, so for me, it was editorial ads. So if they filled out a form from an editorial ad, we just didn't think there were leads yet. So we had a separate process and system for immediately following back up with the prospect to get them to be more likely to call us, because those are the ones that the inside sales agents struggle with the most, of getting them on the phone. All the people that were calling in saying, I want to talk to you. Will you help me? Can you help me? We did fine with. I think most of you guys did too. But even back 20 years ago, Chuck, when we're generating prospects from a form on a website, it was hard to get them on the phone. Today, everyone, I just think it's dead. It's just dead. So everyone is very familiar with remarketing and retargeting. So if you're going to generate prospects to a form through Google pay-per-click or Facebook ads or whatever, they're just not leads yet. So Craig has been working like overtime to try to help coaching level members that will spend $5, on a day on a Facebook ad, right, Andrea? They will do that. But the majority of those guys, they're not going to run out and implement the guaranteed sell program, but they will do a $5 Facebook ad. So, but the problem is that what they will do doesn't work, because they're not going to be able to get the leads on the phone. You guys are different. You'll implement like the guaranteed sell program and the tour of homes and all these other things to generate this now business. You'll do that. The problem that you have in your business is there's still too much lead generation of leads that aren't really leads yet. They're not expecting a call from you, and you're putting all kinds of energy and time and money into trying to reach them and have a conversation with them, and they're just not answering the phone. It's a trend that's been going on for quite a few years, but at where are we at now? March 27th, 2023. It's no longer a trend. It is. So in Anaheim, I don't know if you guys know this, but when we get together in Anaheim, I've got a presentation that I'm giving, and I did some research on this. Let me see if I can find that. You guys got to see this. So hang with me one second. I'm jumping around just a little bit from where I wanted to be, but I got to show you this. You guys are going to freak out. So let's see here. Irresistible offers, I think it is. Let me see if that's it. Nope, that's not it. I've got it right here on my marketing plan. So let me find that for you. So I'm going to identify, I'm going to show you guys some problems that many of you are aware of, but I think you need to see it from other sources besides Todd. So I'm going to find that for you right now. And I've got it here. It'll just take me 30 seconds to put my fingers on it. So let's frame the problems. Here we go. Found it. It didn't take long, did it? I didn't have it up to show it to you, but check it out. So let me slide my bar over. A survey published by ZipWhip shows 87% of respondents ignore calls from unknown numbers. Now, that survey is 2 years old. Okay. According to Entrepreneur, that's an organization most of you guys are familiar with. Their study that's 3 years old says 75% of millennials avoid phone calls altogether. Okay. So there's not even any more studies being done on it as of about 2 or 3 years ago. In other words, there's no reason to do a study. Like everybody's done the studies over the last decade, and there's no reason to do anymore. Everyone knows that people are not answering the phone from unwanted numbers. Now, it's even worse than this, okay, is that there's applications. Some of you guys know more about this than I do because I've learned about it from you. There are applications and software designs that are being put into people's devices that will prevent you from getting a phone call or a text altogether. You just won't even come through. It's not like you'll get a voicemail. You won't get anything unless the prospect or the person that's phoning you, is already a contact in your phone. So if they're not a contact, there is no phone call. There is no text message even received. That is the future of the world. And I went a step further and I said, I think it might actually become a law. I think there may actually be a law passed in North America that you can't even attempt to contact people unless they said, contact me. And if you guys don't think that might be the future, let me know. But it's pretty obvious that when a trend is going somewhere and there's movement behind it or momentum, it has some results down the road that get implemented from the government in these areas. And I don't think the government's going in the direction of saying, no, 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 no. There should be more freedom and more free markets and more spam and your ability to reach people that don't want you to talk to them. I don't see that as a trend at all. Do you guys?